Hey guys, so today I'll be talking about USJ, Universal Studio Japan, in Osaka. Today is right before Halloween, and then they are now having like a Halloween events starting at the beginning of September. Yeah, I just got here like at the Universal City Station, which is directly connected to the entrance to the studio. So let's take a look into it. Wow. So this is my third time of visiting this USJ, and then the purpose of me coming here this time is I wanted to make a video about Halloween, about why Halloween has become so popular in Japan. And then this is like USJ is a really important part that made a great role in spreading the popularity of Halloween in Japan actually. And then I want to have some kind of real vibe of the event related to Halloween. So I decided to come here. And then I want to also, talk about entertainment in my channel in Japan. And then this is somewhere that I have to mention. And then I want to touch more about the key person actually who created the popularity of this USJ later. Okay, so before going into the detail, here is the content that I'm going to talk about today. Okay, let's go. So today I've just come here at 5 o'clock. Okay, I haven't yet got into the entrance, but still you can already able to enjoy the feeling of the studio actually. Wow, I've never realized that. Anyway, so today I will be mainly shooting the event of Halloween, but there's many great attractions that you can try. And then I really wanted to try Super Nintendo World, which is so popular since its opening. Then I had actually talking with my friend who was coming from abroad, and then but we had a schedule conflict, so I decided to come here by myself, unfortunately. But that's somewhere you really want to go with somebody else, which I am the same person. Okay, so now I'm come to this entrance of USJ. So behind there, you'll see a castle, which is, Harry Potter. And then here's also the studio entrance. Okay, so many young people. This is my first time pretty much to be here by myself. But there are many people still actually coming abroad to enjoy here by themselves, so which makes me feel easier just being here by myself. Okay, wow. So going in. Okay. So once you cross the gate, you will see this monument where everybody is taking picture. It's interesting that when I got into the train, there are just so many young people. But actually, when you get here, you start to see like different kinds of people. Of course, I think the majority, probably like 60, 70, be like young ladies. But of course, there are people from abroad, and then younger kids, and then also like older ones as well, which is really nice. Yeah, people are taking pictures. Right, let's go. So I haven't bought a ticket yet. So about this USJ, for the ticket, there are mainly two tickets. One is entry ticket, and the second one is fast pass ticket. And then for the entry ticket, there are four kinds. The first one is one-day ticket, and then the second one is twilight ticket, which enable you to enter after 3 p.m. And then also two-day tickets, which is you can enter 2 days in a row. And then also annual ticket. For the second pass, Express Pass, there are mainly three kinds. The first one is Universal Express Pass. This is where you can skip the lines to get to the attraction faster. And then you can choose either 7 times or 4 times or 3 times for skipping the queues. The second one is a ticket that guarantees you to enter the specific attraction. For example, there's like a Super Nintendo World guaranteed entry ticket. Since Super Nintendo World is basically you have to apply for like the lottery slot for the timing prior to your entry. So if you buy this one, you are able to get in for sure. And then the third one is called Variety Pass, which is like, kind of like a combination of any kind of different attractions that you can enjoy. And then when I wanted to come here first, I just wanted to visit like a Super Nintendo World. So I was talking with my friend and then thinking about which one to visit. And then there are actually so many kind of tickets that you can choose from. So I was like, I kind of asked the ChatGPT they are really smart. And then they gave me an option. I just gave them like one condition to ask to be able to enter for the Super Nintendo World for sure. And then suggested me to buy a ticket that you can buy on a service called Klook. K-O-L-O-K, which is like I guess like a travel and a ticket agency services. And then there, I could buy like a ticket that is with the guaranteed entry to the Super Nintendo World with a one-day ticket, which it cost me about $100. So, which is a nicer deal than the buying like a Universal Pass. Yeah, that's how the ticket works. So, and then it looks like they are pretty much waiting to get in, and then. I don't know, I'm kind of realizing that it may be something that you have to buy before coming here. So in that case, I'll have to just kind of look up the Twilight ticket online then to get in. And then here's also lockers. Okay, I tried to buy tickets online and then used my two kinds of credit card, Amex and Visa, but both of them didn't go through. And then there are several roads in this USJ entrance area. And then I was recommended to go to the one behind this McDonald's. And then you can see that road on there. And then I just bought the ticket, Twilight ticket, this one. And then it cost me about 6,900 yen, Japanese yen. So it's pretty much about, how much is it? $40? Yeah. So on the Halloween night, 2 days from now, November 31st, they are going to have this USJ open until 5 o'clock in the morning. And then today, it's open until 10 o'clock p.m. So now it's already 5:30. So I will have 4.5 hours to stay here. Okay. It's getting darker actually. And then now I'm seeing a lot of people. Yeah, a lot more crowded to the night actually. And then that's the inside. Okay, I just passed the security gate. Then you will get to the real entrance where your ticket will be checked. Okay, that's the entrance. Okay, finally getting in. すごい人だね。Wow. お願いします。あ、はい。あ、いた。ありがとうございます。やったー。Okay, I finally passed getting in. So it's my first time to be here at night time, but it looks really nice actually. Oh, popcorn. Mario popcorn だ、すげえ。So little history about the USJ. So Universal Studio first opened in New York in 1912 by the person called Carl Laemmle, who used to be a clothing shop owner, but he wanted to create movies, so he decided to create a studio for making movies in New York first. Then in 1915, he also created a studio in California. So that's like the beginning. Then they have like place for shooting, many kind of places to create film. Then started having like people just doing like tours inside. That's kind of how the theme park vibe started. And then 1960s they actually created a theme park with the concept of a filmmaking studio. And now the Universal is one of the biggest global Hollywood studios, alongside with Disney and Sony and what else, Warner Brothers and Paramount. Now you can see event here like this. Oh, here. So there's like people having like chainsaw. すげえ。怖っ。すげえ。お、怖っ。すごい。怖っ。怖っ。すごい。止まらずゆっくりとお進みください。Okay, wow, here's a Spy Family Hyperdrive. Looks so fun. Wow, look at that. かわいい。Wow.
Tonight's performance of Halloween Horror Nights is slightly
めっちゃうろうろしてる。めっちゃゾンビうろうろしてる。So during this Halloween event, you'll see so many like zombies just wandering around this the theme park, and then they just shout at you, and then there's always a person behind the zombies, so the security is guaranteed, but you gotta be really kind of careful not to be like caught by them. Wow, look at the tall zombie. What? Oh. すごい。
我々はレグルスプライド。
すごい。
過去にゾンビ沈静化に命を懸けた仲間たちがいた。
そういうことね。
我々はその意志を継ぐ者だ。希望を背負い、絶望を断ち切る剣。
そういうことか。
君たちの命を我々が守る。
なるほど。So there are just so many attractions inside this park, and then to get around better, you have to download the official application of USJ, and then it's gonna tell you like how long you have to wait for each attraction, and then so basically there's no like seiken, like how to say, like that you get a ticket and then tells you to come to this designated time, but there's no ticket like that anymore. They used to have it, and then that's only like the Super Nintendo World where you can come to like the designated time of the entry. So you have to wait just in front of the attraction. Then about the Japanese Universal Studio, so this actually opened in 2001, and at first the concept was pretty much with the same as filmmaking. So it was only dealing with IPs related to films, for example like Jurassic Park and Backdrop, and then what else? Yeah, those stuff. And then, but at the time, business wasn't really great. So there was one person who came to save this studio, who is Mori, and then he is one of the legendary marketers in Japan. And then he started working in Procter & Gamble in Japan, and then having like a very successful career as a marketer. Then he was asked to join USJ, Universal Studio Japan. But at the time, as I've said, the business was, here the park was suffering from the Japanese market. So he thought about how to, increase the people who can enjoy the contents provided here. So he decided to not having like the movie, related, concept, but he kind of expanded to like, different kinds of IPs that are produced in Japan. So not only just about the movie, but also about including, contents like Attack on Titan, and then right now they have like Family, Spy Family, and then Chainsaw Man. So he didn't limit that concept to the filmmaking. And then of course I'm sure that there would have been a lot of discussion whether or not it is good to do it. So because that's how the filmmaking is like core part of the studio. But he did it, and probably providing a legitimate explanation to the executives of the studio to be able to start attracting like Japanese contents. So and then also he's done many things other than that. He has actually published like 3 or 4 books about marketing, talking about how he revolutionized the marketing in this Universal Studio Japan. And then one of the things that he did was that, according to him, so there were like so many things that he kind of listed up to make changes. And then actually one thing that he did is that theme park is a place where you can release your stress. And then he started thinking about who are the person who is most stressful in this Japanese society. And then he kind of narrowed it down to female ladies, and they could also have like a barriers in terms of the careers, and then also having like many stresses. They're not only just about working hard, but also like raising kids and many other stuff. So he thought that targeting those female ladies, he started having like events that is kind of like this kind of Halloween event. It's like where the ladies can kind of scream out, inside a park as an event. Now they are having like a big Halloween events like this. So I think that is how kind of started. So this Halloween is like a really important part of their kind of revolution as a business, I guess. Okay, so then now he's actually started his own company in the past years. Then he's been doing a lot of like consultation and actually doing the implementation of rebranding many theme parks, such as there was like a theme park with the theme of Showa vibes. Not really sure if that became successful in the long term, but and then that's one of the things that he did. And then also he created a theme park that is focusing on the nature, which is in Hyogo Prefecture actually. So, and then now this year, what he did was the theme park in Okinawa, which is called Jangria Okinawa, which is pretty much about featuring the nature, and then also you can see like some kind of dinosaurs attractions. So, and then behind the opening, that his company has done really doing a lot of stuff, not only about PR but also like the management of the park. So right now there are many people who said that the content is not good enough, but it just started, so I'm sure that it's going to be better and better, and then I will be eventually visiting when I visit there in Okinawa. And then also he's appeared in many TVs and then talking about past projects and then how he led those parks to the successful ones, and then not only just parks but also like many events and event related venue. I've just decided to try one attraction today. I have only like 4 hours until the closing. So, which is a Chainsaw Man ride, which is also related to this, featuring this Halloween taste. So I want to try that. And you have to wait like 30 minutes. Cool. Cool. So this is the map of the entire park. So the most popular ones are here on the right, below. You see Harry Potter and Super Nintendo World, and you up on there Jurassic Park and the Minion and the New York area where you can enjoy like different kinds of content. Chainsaw Man, which you have to wait like less than 30 minutes to get in. So it's gonna be around here. So I'm going there. So let's try to have a Chainsaw Man ride here. Okay, you're gonna grab the what's that? 40 eyeglass. すみません、落ちちゃった。Do like a little costume for Halloween, and they're using like face paint, and then I have to use like scissors, but you can bring it in. So I came to this service where you can use like they let you use the scissors right here. So just try to use this testing like face paint like this. So I'm gonna do something on my face for now. It's really helping me out with making this shit on my face. Okay. Okay, now I'm ready for the shooting for Halloween finally. So this is like like a makeup for Ryomen Sukuna, like the main character in Jujutsu Kaisen and Japanese content. So from now I'll be shooting for the short reel for my Instagram, talking about why this Halloween become so popular in Japan. Do you know why Halloween is so popular in Japan? During this season, you see Halloween events everywhere in Japan. Unlike the West, adults turn entire streets into stages, a real phenomenon in public spaces. So why did Halloween become so popular in Japan? There are three reasons. First, a cultural connection with welcoming the dead. Halloween originated from Celtic culture, welcoming spirits of the dead. But Japan has a similar tradition called Obon. In summer, families gather to welcome ancestral spirits. This comes from Buddhism that traveled from India through China, blended with Japan's ancient ancestral worship. So the feeling of connecting with the dead deeply resonates with the Japanese people. Second, a perfect match with costume culture. Japan's Shinto faith has a concept called Yaoyorozu no Kami, believing spirits live in all things. From this came the idea that anything can become a character. This connects to Yokai culture lasting 1,300 years since the Nara period. In the Edo period, people enjoyed otherworldly beings as entertainment, combined with artisan spirits and a sense of beauty nurtured by clear flow seasons. Japan produced world-class animators like Hayao Miyazaki and grew into a character in the anime kingdom. Halloween is the perfect stage to transform into your favorite character. Third, combination of stress culture and social media. In 1997, Tokyo Disneyland started Halloween events, but the Halloween became truly popular in the 2010s. Long working hours, workplace stress, slow GDP growth. As stress culture became clear, social media spread at the same time. So Halloween became an easy escape, a non-everyday experience for everyone. However, there are problems like overcrowding in Shibuya, so let's follow the rules so that everyone can enjoy safely. What do you think about Japanese Halloween culture? If you feel like, please share your thoughts in the comments. Happy Halloween! Chainsaw Man ride was pretty good. Like it was like a combination of Chainsaw Man and then those Halloween zombie characters, and then it was like a 4D. So like you sit in the chairs and then shaking a lot, and then with like a lot of having like a water splash on your face. But it was pretty cool. I'm kind of exploring inside the park, then came to this area of the Jurassic Park zone, I guess. There are still many people actually. You can still get in the coaster, roller coaster. Wow, it's upside down. Oh my gosh. Wow, すげえ. Wow. So this is like the flying dinosaur area of Jurassic Park. Nice entry. Let me see. It's kind of fun, like you can always hear someone screaming somewhere. Oh. I kind of noticed that the clothing that the zombies were wearing were kind of different depending on the areas you walk around, which is kind of fun. Like for example, the one that I just saw in like Jurassic Park area, it looks like they were having more like a costume with like bone. Yeah, Discovery Restaurant. It's a restaurant. Oh wow, what's that? 何あれ？一人かこれ。おおおおおおおおおおすげえ。すご。おお。スーパー・ニンテンドー・ワールド現在オープンあれ Can I go in? Oh So it looks like right now you can just go into the Super Nintendo World. I don't know, it's gonna be pretty soon like close here, but let's try. これはいごめんなさい、すみません、施設の人だと思いました。すみません。これまだ行けるんですか？行けますよ。あ、いいですか？あれ？そうそうそう。大丈夫ですか？いけですか？はいはい、すみません。So now you can enter with all guests, so you don't have to have like special tickets for this. Oh, 2021年3月. So this is when the park opened for this Nintendo World. すげえ Cool. Okay, let's go in. Okay, 行ってきます。おお、すげえ。おお。すごいな。わあ。わお。やば、めっちゃ楽しいなこれ。おお。すごい。おもろ。 すごいねこれ。Wow, this is so cool. I think the night time is really, really well with this view. すげえ。Let's explore a little bit. すごいね。おお、なるほど。So you can do like slot here by punching the, block. Oh, she got something. So here you can just punch it from the bottom. Let's try. あれ、音が。なんでI don't know why this sound. なんかできるのかな。これは何かあるんですか？
鍵のゲームでバンドをお持ちでしたら遊べるゲームになってます。
わかりました。持ってないです。ありがとうございます。So this is like an area you have to buy like a band to get inside. Oh. Mario Motors. Wow. What's this? So this is like a Koopa castle. So here you can try the ride inside. Look at this gigantic, cool-looking Koopa. Wow. すげえ。
2人は10時までやってます。
合ってるんですか？ So basically you can explore inside like at 10 o'clock at the same timing with the park closes. Okay, let's go into this Mario Motors here. Here's like a good shop. Wow. This is based on the Mario Kart concept shop, so that you can find this clothing that is inspired by the Mario Kart. Yeah. At the center you see that Mario Kart. Here is the Yoshi Adventure. Kawaii. Here's a Donkey Kong area. Whoa. やべえ、楽しすぎ。おー、there's a truck game like that. すげえ。へー。Minecraft mud. Crazy truck. So this is where you can play riding a truck. Okay, so it was pretty much about the Super Nintendo world. It was so great, yeah. How do you really bring that, Super Mario concept into this great reality of the fun world that brings you really, happy feeling, yeah, just by exploring and really, fun, entertaining place to be. So I really loved it. So since this is about Super Nintendo world, I want to talk a little bit about Nintendo as a company and then key people actually who developed this company into like a globally known big gaming company. Not only just about gaming, but also like a big entertainment company in the world. The legend behind Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan. First, Gunpei Yokoi, the legendary game creator who laid the foundation for Nintendo. Yokoi pioneered a philosophy called lateral thinking without technology. Rather than chasing cutting-edge innovation, he believed in combining mature, affordable technologies in completely new ways to create products no one had ever imagined. Take the Game Boy, released in 1989. At a time when color screens were becoming the standard, Yokoi deliberately chose monochrome. Through his flexible approach of selecting the most appropriate technology to realize the essence of play, he maximized the core value of a portable gaming device: affordability, excellent battery life, and the ability to play anywhere. The result? The Game Boy sold over 100 million units worldwide, revolutionizing the history of handheld gaming. Yokoi's philosophy continues to live on as part of Nintendo's DNA to this day. Second, Shigeru Miyamoto, the game producer who captivated the world, the mastermind behind Super Mario, Donkey Kong, The Legend of Zelda, Pikmin, and countless other beloved characters. Miyamoto's guiding philosophy has always been to prioritize how the players feel. The sensation when a character jumps, the exhilaration of defeating an enemy, the tactile response when pressing a button. He believes these feel-good experiences are the foundation of great gameplay. For Miyamoto, a truly engaging game isn't one you simply follow instructions to complete. It's one where players experiment, discover hidden secrets, and find their own unique ways to play. The journey of discovery itself is the true magic of gaming. His characters transcend borders. Without a single word, Mario's movements and expressions allow people around the world to share the same emotions. That's the magic Miyamoto weaves into his games. Third, Satoru Iwata, the CEO with a gamer's heart, known as the architect of Nintendo's revival and a former programmer turned president. Iwata left behind a legendary quote, "On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer, but in my heart, I am a gamer." True to these words, he never lost sight of the player's perspective. Iwata led the development of the Nintendo DS and Wii. While the gaming industry was locked in a specs war, Iwata chose a different path, expanding the gaming population. His vision was to create experiences not just for hardcore gamers, but for everyone who had never picked up a controller before. The Wii Remote was intuitive and accessible to all, grandparents, young children. Everyone could play together and smile. That was the future Iwata envisioned. Incidentally, Satoru Iwata is recognized by many as an exceptional programmer, business leader, and a person of remarkable character. There are countless anecdotes that convey his charms, and having read books about him myself, I count him among the business leaders I most admire. So here, I'd like to share a few more stories of him that I particularly like. When Pokemon became a massive hit on the Game Boy in Japan, Nintendo, believing it would also succeed overseas, requested that Game Freak, who was developing the sequel, simultaneously work on the international version, but the company had only 4 developers and the project was struggling. At that point, Iwata, who was then the president of HAL Laboratory, a Nintendo's subsidiary development company, stepped in to help. He personally took on the programming, completed the analysis in just 1 week, and coordinated with the development team to successfully deliver the international release. Furthermore, after Iwata became Nintendo's first president from outside the founding family, when the global Pokemon boom led to an influx of cheap knockoff products, he contributed to establishing the Pokemon Company to consolidate Pokemon-related rights. Without him, there's no doubt that Pokemon Go, which later became a global phenomenon, would never have been created, and arguably, Nintendo as we know it today might not exist either. But beyond his technical and business brilliance, when Nintendo faced financial difficulties and the shareholders questioned him about layoffs, Iwata responded, "I sincerely doubt that employees who fear losing their jobs can create software that truly moves people around the world." He cut his own salary by 50%, standing by his team during the toughest times. This earned him deep respect. I firmly believe this leadership philosophy of safeguarding creative spirit paved the way for Pokemon Go and countless other successes. Tragically, he passed away in 2015 at the young age of 55, but his legacy continues to bring smiles to people around the world and inspire them to this day. And today, Nintendo's success extends far beyond the games, from Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan here to the blockbuster film, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Iwata's vision has become a bridge connecting entertainment around the globe. In 1889, Nintendo began as a small toy company in Kyoto, manufacturing Hanafuda playing cards. Over 130 years later, it has transformed into a global entertainment powerhouse. That extraordinary journey was powered by 3 legends: Gunpei Yokoi's innovative thinking, Shigeru Miyamoto's magical creativity, and Satoru Iwata's people-centered leadership philosophy now stands before us as Super Nintendo World. When you visit Universal Studios Japan, please immerse yourself in the incredible world shaped by the creative history of Japan. So as I've done it, you can actually, go to the Super Nintendo World without buying guaranteed ticket. So this is the Harry Potter area, which I wasn't able to get in. So yeah. Okay, going back to the entrance. So I think this is pretty much about exploring inside the USJ. Of course, there are some places that I couldn't, see, but it's really worth, I think, exploring. Especially this Halloween night, you can really experience something you wouldn't do in the daily life. This Halloween event actually starts at September until at the beginning of November. So if you have a chance, I really suggest, if you like these kind of scary and unusual experiences, this is something you can do. And then also, don't miss the Super Nintendo World. It's really great. I really love it. I wish I had someone to explore with, but it's okay. You can still pretty much enjoy, even if you're alone, I think. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the next video. Alright, see you next time. Bye bye.
和をなして遊戯のH世を結び喜悦の光さらにあまねし和をなして遊戯のH世を結び喜悦の光さらにあまねし In harmony, the wisdom of play binds the world. The light of joy shines ever afar. In harmony, the wisdom of play binds the world. The light of joy shines ever afar.
Please let me know how you thought about the video, and if you like it, please share it with your friends and families.